What up, everybody? In this video, going to be covering how I managed my key system and the door collision. It's much better. As I said before, in the previous video, I could not get it to track how many keys I had, and it could only be used on certain doors and whatnot. And I didn't like the way it was. It was just kind of clunky. I could only do them in certain orders. So I have come up with a new method to one, show it on the screen, and then two, it it is way more dynamic. It definitely knows how many keys it goes up and how many keys I've collected and used. And now it does not matter what door I choose as long as I have a key. I can open up any of these locked doors. And as you can see, I can use the multiple keys without any issues, which is really, really cool. So now that I've demonstrated that, I can open up all my doors and everything like that. Um, and I can't save with keys in my list yet, but if I press save and I completely close the game, we can reload that state on where we were at with all the doors being opened, all the keys, and everything being gone, and whatnot. So the next step would be to figure out how to save um, the amount of keys you have if you want to close out, or if I want to close out and I have keys, I would need to be able to save that. Um, but let's jump into the code and show you how I figured out how to do all of this. So now we're in the code. The first thing that I went to change was um, just the way I call it in general. So now when we have the collision here, it's still the same. And if it's got key, but the difference is now since I'm doing a list, I got to make sure I check before it can just continuously adds this to the list and just kills my memory. So we're saying if self is not in the keyring list, we want to put it in the keyring list. And here is the list right here for that keyring. And what's churn comes and tells our function and over here how many keys. Um, how many keys we have, because then it takes that list and it decides how long that list is, and then it makes it an integer, and then we just render it on screen like we did everything else using a format string or an f string. We put the key total, which is the length of our list that goes up and down, and then we call it under our show stats by itself instead of these text rendered lines right here. So that was really exciting. And then to remove it from the list, that is under the door collision now. And just like before in our other uh, button tutorial, well, not really a tutorial, just our button videos, uh, we had to put this time, a delay on it. So now we have our time, and the whole time is, our start time versus our wait. And then if that time is less than that, it'll pop out the first key in the list. It doesn't matter which key that was. It doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't add it in any of the doors. And then now it's not tied to that either, because it says if our collision, our hit doors, and the length of the key list is greater than 1, we know we have a key. So go ahead and use one. And if not, go ahead and use the collision of like a wall. So that looks much cleaner and better. So now the next thing that I can do is go ahead and put something around it or away, because right now my other keys are just out in the open and whatnot, and I don't know if I want it to be out in the open. So maybe I'll add either one wall here or one wall here, and then maybe a gate right here, and make it a button or something. Find a way to incorporate our NPCs, maybe with the game in the background. So to do that, we are going to want to go into our levels file and then more walls. So these, as it says, right here, these are all my walls I have, and then this is the doors, and then the collision list between the two of them. Uh, so small wall two, small wall. Oh yeah, these are for. So we're gonna go ahead and gonna say this is for room number 2. Uh, room 2 walls, small walls, and we'll say main walls. All right, so that way we can just kind of keep them track, because I'm sure this is going to get kind of large in the long run, and I don't want to be scrambling through trying to find everything. So I think it was room 9. Room 9, small walls. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and keep, I don't know if we want to go like that. For now, maybe we'll change it up, but we're just going to go small 5 is equal to walls. And then that was more towards the bottom of the screen, so and towards the edge. So our width is going to be whatever the width minus 100. We'll just say 150 for now. And then the height will be, just to make this a little happier for type hinting, we're going to make this height. Whoops. Times 0.8. And then the width and the height. Have no idea. Let's just say the width. I'm gonna want it up and down, so our width isn't gonna be very big. Probably 16. And then the length, let's just make it 100. And then what do I want to name this? I have a feeling that is with the names. Small wall 2. Let's just call it small wall and see what that looks like. And okay, so now we need to add it to our list. So this would be on room number 9, and you know what? We'll just go ahead and call it here. Where did we? It was small, yeah. Small 4. Okay, so and a comma. With that being in there, I don't think we have to put it anywhere else, because this is already being called as in through all of my rooms. So anytime I want to add a wall, all I have to do is add it here. And then let's go ahead and see what that is. Oh, and we do need to Um, that doesn't look right. Hmm. Nope, that is not right at all. I mean, it's there, so we don't got to change anything about that. Oh, we do have to change something about that. We're on 5, not 4. Okay, let's try this again now that we have the right number in there. Let's go back. Um, hmm. So apparently, let's try small wall 2. We're gonna want small wall 2 for our identifier. Okay. I'm so happy this is finally starting to come along. Okay, that is much better. And it's already got collision and everything, um, just because of how I have it loaded. So very convenient. At least I thought ahead on that matter, so I don't have to constantly do that. Let's just put it down a little bit more. So our height needs to be a little bit lower, but the width looks pretty good. So all we have to do is come adjust some coordinates. So here's our height. Let's go 8, 5. And that should be, I don't know if, let's go look what we got up here. Wall 2, small wall 2, transform, rotate, and then scale by width and the height. Okay, so we can control it. Okay, that's good, good, good. So width, height. Let's just make this a little bit taller. Ooh, geez. Oh, that would be like huge. Okay. And let's run this one more time. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I actually like that. Can't clip through. Um, maybe we should put, let's move our boss guy down here, and then let's try to put some collision on him, or some kind of way. I don't want this key to be accessible quite yet. I want to like some kind of event for that to happen. But let's put our NPC guy um, down a little bit. So he is under our players, and uh, so he is right here, our players and monsters. Let's just close all those so it's not near as long. Okay, so our width was, oh well, let's just do now 0.9, and then our height, um, what were we at 8.5? So let's just do 8. Um, hmm. And then we can go ahead and let's just see what that looks like first, and then under that one, we could probably go ahead and put a little bit of collision on. That is absolutely perfect. I am liking that a lot. Um, can't really see the text box anymore, so we're definitely gonna have to deal with that. But we're gonna hopefully make it so the top of his rectangle is equal to the bottom of my rectangle, and then we will go ahead and move this text box right here over to the other side. that is in text. Our boss text right here.
Hey, Dad.
I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So instead of top left, we could probably just do top right. And then we'll just make that a minus 64. And let's just go ahead and go back to our player and monster. So self, and then we do have player. So player, whoops, Z. If player dot rect dot y is no, player dot rect dot bottom is greater than the self dot rect dot top, then I want my, why doesn't it like that? Oh no, do they not have, they totally have a rectangle. I don't know why it's on a member of none. Okay, but whatever. So we're gonna go type ignore. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna ignore that because I know this works. I've done it many of times. Let's just check. It would be under our level. Yeah, see, it'll be okay. Self.rec. So our player dot is equal to the top. I don't know why it doesn't like that. So anyways, let's just go ahead and try this out. Have that just be ignored because that's just kind of annoying. All right, let's go ahead and run this, see what that looks like. That's perfect. See, there, it's somewhat. See, we can't have, and we can't sneak past him. So that is success. That is exactly what I wanted it to look like. So, all right, that is probably where I'm going to end the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.